Last night, Madison Square Garden, New York City, the epicenter of the boxing world, came to witness a fight last night, which ended as one of the biggest upsets of epic proportions as Anthony Johnson, making his much heralded, highly anticipated U.S. debut, takes a horrific loss to Andy Ruiz Jr. How did this happen? Why did this happen? And where do we go from here? You'll find out right here in the Sports Opinion Log in Lex Anderson World. I'm your host, Lex Anderson. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you've come this far into the video, just do the right thing and commit by pressing that subscribe button and the bell icon to your right to stay notified for any and all upcoming future videos. So here we go once again. Boxing with a chance to garner international and national attention falls flat on its face, just the way Anthony Johnson did in the 7th round, as the blobby-looking Andy Ruiz Jr. clocks him behind his ear, knocking off his equilibrium, and sends him stumbling on his knees to a horrifying money losing of the magnitude, the maximum proportions of money that have been thrown out the window. And I'm not talking about the Vegas odds makers. I'm not talking about the bookies. I'm talking about the people who are waiting for the big time showdown between Anthony Johnson and Wilder, which has now lost significant value because based on what I've been seeing and talking with the people on social media, Anthony Joshua didn't have much heart. He seemed disinterested. His moves, his punches were lackluster. And here he comes, here in New York City, here in the United States of America, making his debut, 22-0, and he leaves 22-1. And this one horrifying loss to Andy Ruiz Jr., who, with all due respect, has become the first true Mexican heavyweight, walks away with the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF championships. Look at that. One punch, 3 belts, all that potential money, all those potential earnings out the window, flushed down the toilet. Because Anthony Joshua can't take a hit. He dropped Ruiz in the 3rd round, but Ruiz Jr. returned the favor, dropping him twice in the 3rd round, twice or 2 more times in the 7th round, and of course, the 4th knockdown turned out to be the one that Anthony Joshua just couldn't get back up from. And you know, boxing wonders why people don't flock to boxing the way they should. Maybe because it's matches like this. Was Anthony Joshua looking too far into the future? Did he look past Andy Ruiz Jr., who took the fight on 2 months' notice, who was a 11-1 underdog by the Vegas odds makers, who has now secured his place in boxing history? Where do we go from here? We go nowhere. You know why? Because there was a chance for the boxing world to take notice of the overdue fight, the overhyped fight that would have occurred between Joshua and Wilder, and now we get nothing. Zero, zip, zilch, a little Espanol, nada. And it's a shame because, you know, being a casual boxing fan, from what I read on a nationwide sports leader, I saw the clips last night, and I'm like, is this for real? Because the physique, the muscles, the power of Anthony Johnson, and the portly, slightly blobbish physique of Andy Ruiz Jr., you would think that there's no way that this could happen. Oh, but indeed, it did happen. And then boxing wonders why people think that boxing's on the take. Or as they used to say, old school style, the fix is in. Was the fix in? Is there a chance that Anthony Joshua knew in his mind, in his body, and in his soul that he had no chance against Wilder, who made quick work of his previous opponent, clocking him in the jaw, sending him spiraling down to the mat like he was falling down a staircase. I'll let you be the judge of that. And sadly, this was a fight that didn't even get to the judges because Ruiz Jr., proclaiming himself of Mexican descent as being the Aztec warrior, excuse me. How humiliating. Boxing, I feel sorry for your division. I feel sorry for the sport. Because even with me raising an eyebrow to find out what's the hoopla about, what's going on, you know what's going on in the boxing world? A whole bunch of nothing. Because with a chance to have a premier matchup and have boatloads of money being thrown your way for a couple of minutes of work, Anthony Johnson, in his United States of America debut, crumpled like a cheap chair from the Family Dollar store, and as a result, has lost all three of his titles, WBA, WBO, and IBF. So, Lex Anderson, the sports historian, present this to you, the boxing world, and the annals of sports history that last night, what was last night? June 1st, 2019, boxing had its first Mexican heavyweight champion. America, let me know how you're feeling. Did you lose tons of money out there like they did in Vegas? Drop a comment below. Make sure to like this video. And once again, do the right thing and subscribe here to the Sports Opinion Log, Lex Anderson World, because unlike most people, I believe, just the way Andy Ruiz Jr. believed that he would become the champion. Sadly, Anthony Johnson didn't tap out. He got knocked the fuck out.